Hi guys, welcome from a dark and damp UK. Shall we go over to a lovely sunny Tenerife first?
Well, why don't we introduce all the guests first? Isn't that the polite thing to do?
Yep. I'm John Minion from the UK, Northwest Kitco Owners Club.
And you're the host of this show, are you not?
Hosting, exactly, from the UK. I'll let you all introduce where you are and where we're streaming from. And it's ended up with you in Canada, Jim, isn't it? And then going out worldwide.
Yeah. Well, this is 7-Spot Jim, now to be rebranded as Gandalf the Magnificent because of the pandemic hair. Broadcasting to you from the palatial 7-Spot Studios in magnificent Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where it's freezing bloody cold and ice and snow about the ground. But that's my bio. I'll just leave it at that. And I'll move over to Tony to tell you all about himself.
Hi there, friends and fellow owners. I'm originally English. I was born in England, but I left there when I was 21 years of age. I live here in southern Spain, in Andalusia. Outside there, outside there, the sun is shining. It's all right. It's fine, really. I have my little Lotus down in the garage, about 400 or 500 meters away from here. That's a Lotus 7, a Series 3, which is a lot of fun to drive. But it's not here in the house, so I can't take you for a walk around.
Okay. Quentin?
Hi, everybody. Name is Quentin. I stay in Pretoria, South Africa. And currently summer here by us, so it's very nice weather. It's hot, and enjoying the summertime, enjoying my 7. I've only been driving the 7 now for, I'd say, the past 12 to 14 months. Prior to that, wasn't familiar with 7 at all, but I think the bug has bitten, and I think it's going to be difficult to picture myself without it.
Is there much of a following for 7s in South Africa? Are there many groups out there?
Yeah, no, we've got our Lotus 7 club here in South Africa. We've obviously got some other private clubs as well. So no, there is most definitely a following for 7s in South Africa. Most definitely is.
Okay, and any racing events or anything like that?
Yes, no. We've got the Lotus 7 Challenge, which is circuit racing, which also takes place on a few racetracks around South Africa. But the more familiar racetrack where a lot of the racing takes place is at Swartkops Raceway. If you go go onto YouTube and you put in Lotus 7 racing at Swartkops, you'll find there's a few guys racing their 7s and enjoying it big time.
Excellent, yeah, because I think I know in the past the Lotus was actually banned from a lot of racing because they said it was too fast. If you look at the history of Lotus, he got himself banned from several race series.
And we got a star here, Greg Lucas. Would you like to say hi?
Hi there, Greg.
My name is Greg. My name is Luca, but everyone call me Greg. I'm here in Tenerife, Canary Islands, 25 degrees.
The weather looks miserable.
Yeah. It's bad. Really, it's really bad.
You're making me feel really sad and jealous now.
And me too.
The weather is always like that, so it's quite boring.
You're making it worse for me.
Always the same temperature, the same sunshine. It's boring, the same island. So, but we enjoy with the cars, with sports, and with other things. So, this is my Caterham.
Good. Can I just jump in here, John, for a moment? Why don't we put Greg on full screen, and that way put him on solo layout. Now I'll do it for you from here, and that way he can show us everything about his. There we go. You're okay, Greg. You're on. Go for it.
Okay. I moved the. Do you want to see the car or not?
Absolutely.
No, because I got the big problems. I'm quite tall, and I got the cage,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I take 2 hours to go in. So I wanna just move a few meters. I wanna move few meters away from the road, so there is less noisy.
Sounds nice.
Noise, Greg.
Okay. No, now it's better for the sound. So I'm here in Tenerife. I'm from Italy, and this is the only one Caterham on Canary Island. Well, not Canary Island. In Tenerife for sure. Maybe there is one, another one in Gran Canaria, other islands, but in Tenerife for sure. Is the only one Caterham, but there are some Westfield or some other Super 7, but no one use on the road this kind of cars. I need to go out, so give me a moment.
For sure.
It's complicated. It's,
Mille grazie, Greg.
thank you. So,
Very, very tastefully done, I thought.
what?
Well worth the effort.
Yeah, definitely.
What the? Okay, this is
That
the
looks
Caterham.
great. Fantastic.
Can I turn? I don't know if I can. Well, I turn like that. So the car is a Super 7 Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Caterham Academy, yeah.
Academy, but the previous owner put a lot of road legal parts, so like the soft top and the screen, and they put the registration. So I still have the original registration on,
Wow,
the British
nice.
registration.
Yeah.
The car, I bought the car 2 years ago, and luckily this car was almost perfect because I bought online. I never seen the car, so I bought the car online, and the owner was in Caterham, so I bought the Caterham in Caterham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And well, it's a original color, is a Gulf color from the factory, and it has a lot of extra, like more power, better suspension, and so on.
Yeah. Do you know what engine is in it?
1.6 liter Ford is a 2008, so it's a Sigma.
Engine, the Sigma engine. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. It sounds nice as well.
It does sound nice.
Yeah. It's if you want, I can turn on the. Oops, there is the.
So,
It's so small, this car, for me. Sounds
nice.
incredible.
Nice.
Nice.
It sounds really incredible, and go fast. It's really nice to drive, especially on these roads. And I think it's too fast even for this road because
Yeah.
it's so light, and we don't have a circuit. We don't have a race circuit, so we have only open roads. And really, sometimes it's scary because the roads are small and the car is small, but it's too fast.
Yeah.
And you need to have to be very confident with the car to push at the limit. I think it's with this power is enough for this kind of roads.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. We're the same because we've got a R1 powered Beck MK Indy.
Yeah.
You have to get your head in gear before you drive it. Do you know what I mean? Just leave extra braking distance, extra space, and really think about what you're going to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I ask a dumb question, Greg?
Yeah.
Perché 7?
Why the 7?
Yeah.
It's a long story. It's a long story. It's not my first Caterham.
No?
No, it's not my first Caterham. I tell you that my first 7 was a Tiger, Super 6.
Uh-huh.
The second was a Dax Rush V8.
Yes.
Another Dax Rush Turbo. I had, I think,
Rush
50,
Turbo.
50
A
What?
Rush Turbo. That must be mental. It must have been mental.
Well, my Dax Rush Turbo had 330 horsepower. Was insane.
Wow.
Insane. I had the Dax Rush Blackbird with the back engine, and I had many Westfield. I was the Westfield importer for Italy. I had the Birkin. You know Birkin?
Yeah,
Oh, Birkin,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yeah. You used a
South
lot in
African.
trials cars as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I was the importer for Italy for Birkin,
Very
and
nice car.
so I spent a lot of time with Super 7.
Yeah,
But
no
the
kidding.
beginning of everything was Caterham, because when I was a child, the importer in Italy was my neighbor. So
Ah,
next to me, my neighbor was the importer in Italy and had a Caterham. So in my idea, there were no internet, there were nothing. So
Just stuck in your mind. Yeah.
yeah, what a strange car, never seen. No, so when you start to think about sports car, you always think about a Ferrari, the Testarossa, Lamborghini Countach, and Porsche. But I always like the Caterham since I was young. So I try. I bought many Super 7. It's still a great car, amazing car. I own other cars. I also a Lotus Elise I got in house, but I changed many British cars. TVR, a lot of TVR, and Marcos, a Radical. I own them different.
Marcos, I did like. I looked at Marcos years ago, but then they stopped making the kits.
that's right. Yeah.
And were only selling the cars, weren't they? I think.
Well, Marcos now is not more. It's not alive. But
Yeah.
when I bought my Marcos, was the only one left in drive. Mantis supercharger with 500 horsepower.
Oh my God.
And there was in,
When you get your kit cars, you don't know how so big.
yeah, was in 2000, I don't know, 2004, 2005, I can't remember, but more or less like that.
500 horsepower.
500, but was totally insane. It was impossible to drive because the chassis was not a good chassis.
Yeah.
Not like a Nobel. I own different Nobels, M12, 3R, M400, and that is a nice car to drive. But the Mantis was ugly. Ugly to drive. It's nice car, but ugly to drive. It's not like Super 7. You don't feel like you don't feel the car like a glove. It looks like a big boat with big power. That's it.
Amazing. Wow.
Can we have a look under your bonnet, or can you not get the bonnet off? Was it too fiddly?
You want the bonnet off? Okay. Last time I opened the bonnet, it flew up.
Away.
Yeah, it weighs 1 kilo.
Just make sure you fasten it when you put it back on. I know a couple of people have driven off with them not fastened. Is that aluminium bonnet? Yeah.
Yeah. The car is all aluminum. I tell you the truth. At the end, I think Caterham. I try all the Super 7, also Donkey and Ford. I think a Caterham at the end is the best 7.
Yeah.
How they put the car together, how they take care of details. It doesn't care the power. Believe me, 150 is enough.
Yeah.
If you try, I don't know, R500, that's an insane car. But if you try a Westfield or Dax, they are not like a Caterham. The Caterham is really the perfect Super 7.
We looked at the Donkervols as well, but they're quite big cars. The Donkervols, quite heavy as well.
I tell you, the Donkervolt is more touristic.
Yeah.
So it's a nice shape, but it's wider, longer, heavier. It's 800 kilos almost. And you feel.
Any idea what your weight is? We on our MK with an R1, we're down to about just under 490 kilos.
Yeah. No, I never try an MK. I never try an MK.
Yeah.
but they're quite light.
Weight of yours must be what, 500-ish?
What?
Kilos?
The Caterham?
Yeah.
The Caterham, I suppose, with the cage and everything is 550, 560.
Yeah.
Look, this engine is you. Well, it's this manifold in plastic manifold. It's not nice to see. It's not the best engine to see.
That still looks tidy, though.
I tell you, it looks good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you have a full body throttle, so you have a carburetor, it's much nicer than plastic. It's all plastic. Yeah, I don't know. But this is there are the rules. It's 2008, so it's quite new. I just put a new battery on. Look, the weight says 860 kilos full.
Yeah.
By the way, I suppose it's a 500, less than 600.
Yes, yeah. So are there many? I guess there's not many clubs or groups where you are. Then you'll have to start your own one.
Yeah, I'm the president. I'm the administrator. I'm everything because there are no people interested in super. It's strange. There are nice cars. Nice roads. But here the people they are not interested in British cars like Lotus or other super light cars. They are interested in the Mercedes, Audi, and all this stuff.
Yeah,
I don't understand. It's the best place for British cars here, but no one is interested. It's strange.
Yeah.
And the roads there, are they suitable for driving a 7?
Sorry?
I was asking, the roads in Tenerife, are they suitable for driving a 7?
I think they are better than in Italy and England. I know England, but here the roads are perfect. They do the roads every 3 years.
Wow.
So I don't have problem with the 7, with the Lotus. There are some bumpers, some place where in the city or in the town center they put some ramps, like that, a small ramp. But all the time you don't have problems to use.
You've got a fan here, Greg. Fausto says, "Hi, Greg."
Message just popped up from Fausto. Yeah, hi, Greg.
That's me doing that in the background. I'm your studio assistant today.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Jim.
You're welcome. It's all free. Also,
so if you wanna come, you are invited.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Fantastic. I'll be there next week. Anyway, here we got someone on. Must be someone on Facebook, but on probably on the 7 Spot channel that is saying, no, I don't want winter vacation. Anyway, we have winter holidays on this side of the pond because I guess it's cold and miserable wherever that person is, just like it is for us. I'm just going through to another one, if you don't mind, John.
Carry on.
Yeah, all right. Someone says, "Hi, Jim. Happy New Year from Ireland." Ooh, I like that. I think I got a good idea who that might be. We're going to see that person soon in another show. You have to stay tuned. And then also another Facebook user is saying they haven't identified themselves, but that's fine. And they love your orange stripe, Greg. Just fantastic.
Thanks.
Okay, I got that out of the way. What a beautiful car.
It's a lovely color. I like that. I do like that color. That spray paint. Yeah, it's not gel coat. It's sprayed.
Yes. Well, I was lucky because when I saw the car on internet, I say, wow, this is a really good color combination. I suppose the color was a custom color made, from the previous owner. But I discovered was an original color. So the owner request directly at the factory. So this is the original paint from the factory, and well, it's was an extra cost,
Yeah.
but is the car is totally original
Wow.
from the
Nice.
factory.
Very nice. Yeah.
So
Looking very smart.
quite unusual color from the factory. Usually, you know, the people they like a golf color, but they made after they buy the car, they change the color. But this one was really from the fact, very important, and that is surprised me. And they say, okay, I'm gonna buy. This is an anniversary edition.
Ah,
Aha.
It's 50 years old anniversary.
wow.
So
Nice.
it is a 2007 model, but was registered in 2008.
Nice.
That little subtle
So,
detail with the 50. I never knew that. That
yeah, about
marks
the
the
anniversary.
anniversary one. Yeah. Yeah.
Que
Yeah,
bella
yeah.
máquina.
Gracias. Gracias. Thank you. By the way, well, this is a UK specification. It's not a European specification car, because you know there are the difference. European specification has different things about the UK version, but this is a full UK version. Well, it's right and drive, but has specific details about like the injection system. That is the ECU is different between for the homologation, you know, between the UK and Europe, but this one is a full UK spec.
Wow.
And what I can say, well, it's a race car. This is a race car. I got everything. If you see, there are fire extinguisher here.
Oh, you got the. Oh, yep, yep.
We have a fire extinguisher. We have in this part we have the braking balance, so you can shift from the front to the rear, the balance of the
Wow,
brake.
nice.
Great bias system. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have the lights, for the rain. So this car was built for racing, and from since the factory. So I got the invoice. The car was bought already with the intention to put also on the road. So the first owner bought with all the details for normal use with the soft. I don't have the soft top. It's too hot for the soft top and the doors.
You don't
But
need it in Tenerife.
yeah, I don't need. But this car's a race. I think a 4 or 5 race, something like that, and later was used on the road. So it's really a racing car with the plates, actually.
Wow. Mille grazie a te.
So well, it's something unusual. You cannot see all the Caterham like in that specification because it's quite extreme. You have the roll bar, and I tell you, I bought with the roll bar, but that is not the more nice things to use every day or often, because to go outside is quite difficult.
Yeah, yeah. We on our car, we just got the single hoop at the back, but we have thought about putting a roll cage on just purely for safety, really.
Yeah, there is also the sidebar. There are a sidebar here, you can see, and well, the switch off,
the electrical
external.
Yeah,
but I think I'm gonna put a roll bar, a normal roll bar, because it's much softer to use. Really, it's really difficult.
Yeah.
Well, if you need to go with some other people, they don't wanna go inside. It's too complicated. I got cool. Well, also a removable wheel.
Yeah.
You know, 4-point seatbelt, super light seats. Well, I think it's complete. It's nice car. I don't use often. At the end, I don't use too much.
As you say, it's definitely built as a race car with all those little details on the battery cut off and your brake bias and your extinguisher and stuff like that. So, yeah, as you say, it's going to be lively on the road.
No, it's when you are inside. When you are inside, it's wonderful to drive. But it's not a road. It's not a car that you do a lot of road. So you take a tour of 100 kilometers, not much.
Quick blast outs. Yeah.
And it's a car that, well, at this temperature, is good if you drive fast. But when there is a lot of sun, the car is hot. The car is hot. It became really a microwave.
You're building up an excuse now for when you get pulled over for driving fast.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, you and I, John, are in the frozen north, and we've got Tony in Spain, and it's probably 30 degrees outside, and Quentin in South Africa, and it absolutely is 30 degrees outside, I'm sure of it. And then Greg in the Canary Islands.
After this, I'm going to go and turn my heating up.
No kidding, me too. You can probably hear the furnace going in the background.
8 years ago, I wanted to move from Italy. I said, where I go to live? One of the choice was UK. But
you came to your senses.
That's made me feel a whole lot happier.
It's a wonderful country. I like the green. I like the countryside. But the problem is like all the north country during the winter is impossible. It's
impossible.
So I decided for less grass. You see, no grass, but better temperature. That's it.
Another Facebook user is subjectively called your base color on the Caterham pajamas blue. I don't know. Maybe they've been watching too many of my videos, because that's basically how I do my live streams, in my pajamas. So anyway, John, I mean, we've been on here for 28 minutes with Greg. Is there any possibility that we could maybe have a look at what's going on in South Africa?
Yeah, sure.
So are you going to do the solo thing where Quentin, or do you want me to?
I can put Quentin in, I think. Oh, hang on. Sorry.
There we go. I'll help you out. Just on the little panel where it says Quentin on the left-hand side. You did it all by yourself. You're magnificent. Quentin, how are you? Hoe gaan dit met you?
Yes, listen to that beautiful Afrikaans. No, it's going marvelous, fantastic. Dit gaan baie goed hier met ons in Suid-Afrika. Fantastic. I like it.
Please don't show me the weather. Please don't show me the weather.
Well, just because you asked me not to, I'm going to. So if you wanna see the weather, let me show you. The sunset. So just look at that.
Yeah. Now, what time is it in Pretoria? May I ask?
It's currently 6:30 in the afternoon.
Wow. And lovely weather.
Fantastic weather.
It looks miserable.
Fantastic weather.
So do you have you've got I'm going to jump in here, John, because I know a little bit about Quentin's story. Quentin, you are the nephew of the owner of the manufacturer of Millennium 7. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is my uncle, yes.
Yeah, and now I have tried through you to ask your uncle if he'd like to come and do a live stream, but he's very old school, isn't he?
Yeah, to do with that. He's one of those old school. In the morning when he gets up, he goes to work and he works till late at night, and he goes to bed, and the next morning he goes to work again. I mean, that's how he operates.
Yeah. Now this is me jumping in here again because this is a replica, and we just finished doing a Caterham walk around, which is the real deal, right? But when we're talking about replicas, I have to tell you that with the Millennium, it is probably the least replica looking 7 or 7 type vehicle that I have ever seen. Could you rotate your camera around just so we can take a peek?
I must admit, the name to me was new as well, so I'm dying to have a look at it.
Obviously, I mean, this whole live stream on this particular platform is new to me. So I just want to confirm I have to turn my phone around. There's no ways where I can.
You can just turn it around. That works all for us. Believe me, one of the best things in life is learning how to fail. So
okay, I'm gonna turn it around, and
look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that's its shot. That's fine. Perfect.
That is the money shot. Look at that. That is the least 7 replica looking 7 I have ever seen. It is totally unique.
See those headlights?
Yeah.
Well, what engine?
It's got a 4 2-liter Duratec motor, normal aspirated. The plans are to maybe in future maybe go the turbocharged route, but as it stands now with the power to weight ratio, I don't even think a turbocharger is necessary.
It's gorgeous. You were kind enough to send me a bunch of photographs, and one of the places I found you on Facebook was in a location in Australia. Now, Millennium 7 has an outlet there as well. And I was looking at their page and looking at their lineup of cars, and I said, I think that's Quentin's car. How did Quentin's car get to Australia?
Okay, so currently Millennium 7, in terms of manufacturing numbers in South Africa, close to about 40 cars have been built, of which one have found its way to Australia. So we've got the one in Australia, and then obviously the balance of the Millennium 7s are currently running in South Africa. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Just love it. Just love it. Is there any chance we can take a peek at the interior of the?
Yeah, I mean, I will try and take you around the vehicle, and you can see for yourself. So again, like I've mentioned, I've only owned a 7 now for the past 12 to 14 months, I would say. Prior to the 7, I was I hope I'm allowed to say it on this live stream, but I used to be a Datsun collector. So I had a very nice Triple S, which I've had for many years. Very, very, very unique model. I think overseas it's known as the 710. So that particular car of mine, I've exported to the UK. I've sold it to a motorsport company in the UK, and obviously being a petrol head, I had to find something to drive. I mean, it's just I had to find something.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the one particular day when I took a drive through to my uncle just to go and say, how's it? I said, well, look, I've sold the Datsun. The Datsun, I've exported it. And immediately, I think he should have gone into sales as well. I mean, the first thing he said is, I've got the car for you. And the minute I saw it, the car stole my heart. So yeah, I'll take you around it, and you can see for yourself. So
I can see it in your eyes, Quentin.
So very much so. So starting, just trying to get this thing in here. So we're running 6-spot Vori calipers in the front, and we 6-spot.
Look at that cycle wing. Tell us about that.
About that?
Yeah, I mean, look at this. It's very unique how it's connected to the hub.
That is correct. So basically, what they refer to it. I'm obviously just getting the terminology right here. They call it a wheel pant design. Okay. So my uncle, also being an aircraft engineer, that's basically what they use in aircraft technology. So it's a very unique design, and a lot of the components on this vehicle is all custom built and manufactured in-house. Like, for example, the hubs are manufactured by Millennium 7. The shocks are manufactured by Millennium 7, front and rear. The steering racks manufactured by Millennium 7.
Wow.
all the carbon bits and pieces is manufactured by Millennium 7. The chassis, everything's built in-house. So let me just there where I've started. So so there's your front brake. Then obviously going around in there.
That must keep the weight down on those front wing stays.
So moving around the car. I hope I've got it all. In here.
Yeah, that's fine. You're fine.
You're doing fine.
So exhaust. I've just recently changed the exhaust to come out on the side over here. The rear brakes, like I've mentioned, it's a 4-pot caliper that we're running at the back.
It's got and stopping power that has.
No, most definitely. I mean, you need brakes. So interior wise, that's what you can expect. And then also,
that is so tidy. Look at that.
Yeah, the seats are also manufactured. The actual mold of the seats are also manufactured in-house. And this is actually the only Millennium 7 that's got this wing that's mounted on top of the roll cage. Now, initially when I bought the car, there was a lot of debate. Am I gonna, keep the wing on, or if I'm just gonna take the wing off? But there's also a bigger story to this wing where provision has been made over here on this section here, where one at a later stage can actually close the roof. And when we've got a bit of rain here in South Africa, not like me once driving this vehicle and all of a sudden I drove into a freaking storm, and that was fun, I tell you. That was fun. So
we've all been there.
so at the back also, Millennium 7, just a little bit of attention to detail over there. And then this section you can actually take off, and got a bit of a storage compartment over there.
It's your picnic
and this
anyway.
Can put a little camp chair in there. And and then I think obviously I don't know if you guys want to see the engine.
We have to see the engine. It's obligatory. You may have to put the phone down for a moment, but we'll fill the air while you lift off. Actually, you can raise yours is one piece, isn't it? Watch this, guys. This is fabulous.
Yeah, flip top bonnet.
So the pedal box also, I forgot to mention that the pedal box is also manufactured in-house. So it's not something that was purchased, it's something that was manufactured all in-house. And then engine, that is what you can look at.
Again, like Greg's, very tidy engine bay.
No kidding.
Yeah,
that's very tidy.
So I'll just walk around to the other side. Something also quite interesting about the Millennium. I mean, the project has been, I won't say the project, but the whole Millennium 7 has been running for the past about 20 years here in South Africa. So on the technical side, what I do know about the vehicle is obviously it's a 2-liter Duratec motor mated to a T9 5-speed manual gearbox. We're using a E36 BMW differential. By the way, this one's also got a limited slip diff. So it's got a short gear ratio. It's got a 4-4 ratio, so it's very short, but it's nice for acceleration. I think 4-1 would have been a bit better, but with the 4-4 diff ratio is quite fun to drive, I must say.
Yeah,
and also
on our car, we've got a very highly geared diff as well. Tops out about 120 on a good day. So that your probably max top speed is probably about the same, I would have thought.
Yeah, roughly.
It's good for acceleration, though, as you say.
Very good for acceleration. And then, I can mention I have also had a bit of a chat to my uncle earlier today, and I know behind closed doors they're very excited about the if I can call it facelift Millennium 7 that's coming. So they're busy with a complete new I won't say complete new design.
I've seen a couple of pictures. It's awesome.
But there's most definitely going to be some very nice bits and pieces like wishbones, all of that's going to be all billet manufactured in-house. So exciting things to come. And something also just worthwhile to mention is the Millennium 7. The first time I drove it, in terms of stability and road holding, it is phenomenal. And the reason for that being is, in the early stages when this car was designed and developed, my uncle is also quite good friends with a Formula One mechanical engineer. So there's also been a little bit of F1 mechanical engineering input into the design of this car as well. So like I say, I'm enjoying it, and I can't see myself without it. And by the way, you guys made mention of a 500 horsepower vehicle earlier. I can actually, John or Jim, I can send you pics. You must see they've actually built a Millennium 7 with a 13B turbo rotary engine. In a Millennium 7 that pushed out 900 horses. So,
oh my God in heaven!
I actually could have bought that vehicle as well, but me and my wife took it for a drive, and I pulled off, obviously full racing clutch, all the nice bells and whistles, like I said, proper monster. And I pulled off. I think I stalled it like 2 or 3 times, because if you drop the clutch too quickly, the thing just wants to freaking wheel spin. So eventually, when I got it right, pulled off first gear, went second gear, and I've driven fast cars, and I just squeezed the accelerator gently, and the minute that turbo started to spool up, my wife just grabbed my leg and she said, "Listen, no." So this vehicle, like I say, much more fun to drive. She can actually drive it as well. She has driven the vehicle on occasion, and it's just a stunning car.
The most fun you can have, right?
Most definitely.
You'll definitely have to send us some pictures of that, but not when it's through a hedge.
Oh, guys, this is the best. This is truly the best show ever. Just amazing. Quentin, thank you so much. Amazing.
And thank you very much. I really appreciate the invite. And also Greg, Caterham, stunning looking car. I love the color. We make mention, it's a the golf color. It's that orange with a blue. It's a very striking color scheme, beautiful car. And I'm also happy to hear that you're also enjoying your 7 like I'm enjoying mine.
Well, we're going to have to do much more of this, Quentin. I mean, if you can convince your uncle somehow, give him a bottle of brandy, or I'll send him a bottle of brandy.
He doesn't drink.
Well, neither do I, but I'd be happy to send. He could distribute it amongst the family. If he would let us walk around his shop, we would drool. I know we would drool.
No, I will.
And it would be really good for him too, I think.
I must say, when the name Millennium came up, I hadn't heard of it. I mean, it looks a stunning car. I mean, is there a website we can go to get more details?
At this stage, unfortunately, not. There is a website that's on the that's got a domain, but that's a very old website. So I would say the best would be is if you want more information. I mean, you can talk to me. I can hook you up with my uncle, give you his email address, like I've given his info to Jim as well. And like I say, with a new Millennium, he also said at this point in time he's also looking to see if he can get an agent in the States, because his plans are also to try and see if he can get a new Millennium
there'll be
into the
people
States.
lined up. They would line up for that car. They would absolutely line up for it. I will say this, John, if you're interested, Facebook has a page for the Australian Millennium 7 site, and you can have a look at that. And that's where I found, and you can see some sneak peek pictures of some of the stuff that's coming. It's going to be great. As you know, I'm always looking for this stuff. Oh, guys, thank you so much. What a wonderful treat to have this. We're spanning the world again. We got John. Are you in Liverpool or that general area?
I'm in the Midlands,
Oh.
Evesham.
Okay,
Near
you're
Birmingham.
in the Midlands,
Birmingham.
and I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia. Tony is in Spain. Quentin's in South Africa, and Greg's in the Canary Islands. I mean, what a great show,
And it's,
guys! Thank you.
This is streaming all across the world as well.
Yeah, no kidding. Guys, I'm stealing your microphone a little bit, but I do want, the reason why we've got John, myself, and Tony in here is I do want to say something. And now it's really about what we're doing, and with North West Kit Car Owners Group. And the reason why John is involved is because he's helping to be a host, and he's going to be able to create all kinds of stuff that you're doing in the kit car scene and bring that to us, but it's also for your group. That's really, I've always said, it's never about me. It's about you and the whole Seven movement. And the reason Tony is in that picture on the right-hand side is Tony, and I'm going to ask Tony to just introduce himself, but he's going to be a guest host coming in the future. So, Tony, would you like to say a few words about yourself and I guess you're Seven, and maybe we'll just have a quick conversation about your show that'll be coming up.
I didn't know that I had a show coming up.
Oh, you will.
We will have to do it with the phone, because then we can actually go to my car and walk around my car. Yeah. Because it was constructed in Argentina with a Lotus license. So there were 47 of them were built.
Yeah, I've got a very early video of it was just a very small clip of the Argentina Lotus production. I'll stick it up on I'll stick it up on Seven Spot again. I'll see. You may have well seen it.
I possibly have, but I maybe haven't.
He may have been in it.
Well, my car has been featured in the Historic Lotus Register.
Yeah.
Just because the South American Sevens were also featured, because people didn't really know that they existed. They didn't know that they were genuine Lotus cars. And nor did I. When I first saw it, I didn't know that it was a genuine Lotus. It looked like a Seven. It is a Seven. There are only two of them in Europe. One's in France, and that's the one with a twin cam engine. Mine has got the overhead valve with a downdraft carburetor, but a cross-flow head, and it makes a lot of noise, and it goes quite quickly.
Don't all Sevens?
Yes, I guess so.
And he's a brave soul, one of the old school guys without a roll bar.
No roll bar. No. My first Seven that I owned when I was a lad, back in the day of 1967, I suppose it was, they didn't even have seatbelts. It just was not part of the specification.
Really?
So there was no roll bars, no seatbelts.
Yeah.
And you just drove it.
That's when racers had balls, I would have to say.
Yeah, well, on the English roads. The English roads, it was... But you're 21 years of age and you don't care.
Yeah.
You know? So that
I'm
was
72 and I don't care.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I had this original Seven when I was a lad, and then when I went traveling the world, I sold the Lotus. It was part of getting rid of stuff so that I could go traveling. And well, I think we've done a show on this, Jim, haven't we? Where how I met my car, or how my car met me, which would be. But so I don't think we need to go into it too much here now. We can do another show, but
we can certainly do that. And if you don't mind me just jumping in, there was another thing you had mentioned in that particular show is you thought it would be a good idea if we took if you perhaps could visit the odd place or two that you have come into in your wonderful drives in Spain and and do a live stream potentially that way. And
sounds excellent.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I suggested maybe we can do the diners and drives sort of theme for what you're planning to do. But we'll work on that. And I know that I set you up to meet another gentleman in Spain electronically who's in Barcelona, who used to be the distributor of Westfield in Bogota, Colombia. So I'm thinking we've got a nice documentary.
He's going to be a character, isn't he?
Yeah, I guess he probably will. Hopefully he's watching, and we'll be able to put together a show. And I don't think it'll be a live show, but we'll put together a recorded documentary so we can tell the tales of the 7 movement in South America.
Yes,
that'll be interesting. Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Well,
why don't you bring us all in together again, John, so we can say hi and goodbye.
Hi and goodbye. It's been a pleasure listening to you, both Greg and Quinton.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Yeah,
thank you to everyone.
I can't say enough.
And looking at your cars.
Yeah.
Thanks.
They're all 7s. They're all 7s, but there's such a fantastic difference between all the different 7s that there are.
Yeah.
And, it all started from Mr. Chapman in 1957, just scribbling some ideas down on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And it just won't die. It just won't die. Because they're all such fantastic cars. This is the thing. And anybody that's driven one knows that.
Yeah.
Knows that because you only got to drive one and you instantly know what.
Well, did you see Quinton's eyes when he talked to he first introduced her? His eyes just grew.
It just lit up. Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna say thank you so much. It's been great, and we're just scratching. This is the part of the iceberg that lives above the water. We're beginning to do so much more. We've got 10 hosts now, and I've got another 4 seats available for more seats around the world for more hosts. And as we're going through the process of training, John is now taking the reins. And look at a wonderful job you did, John. Thank you so much. And we've got more training. I'm going to be a busy guy training people all over the world.
I must say, distance-wise, this is probably one of the furthest we've streamed. If you look at the distances involved, and it all going back to Canada.
Well, I haven't added it up, but it's right up there for sure.
Anyway, it's been great talking to you guys. I'm going to go and put my heating on.
Yeah, and I'm going to say thanks a bunch, guys, and we'll see you at 7 Spot.
I'll see you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I go to the beach.
Grazie a
Thank
lei.
you.
Ciao, ciao.
Go to the beach.
You did great, John. Everybody, thank you again. We're off air now, but I just wanted to say thanks. That was awesome.
Yeah. It can only grow bigger. It can only get more expansive.